Welcome to the Basement Talks. My name is Scott. That is Barry. And today we have a very special old friend with us, Samuel Matthews. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you I saw you at the Chinese restaurant the other day.
You did? Yeah.
Having a little bit of that, what was it? Rat ass soup, I think.
How come you not come to Hunan Garden?
You want to die? I like Hunan Garden. That's where Ali always wants to go.
Yeah, I like them both.
As if you couldn't already tell, this is sort of an infamous guest.
Yeah.
He's Washington's mixture of Tom Mabe and Frank Caliendo.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I do want to ask, when did all that start back in the day when you were doing the prank calls? Because did you post it to YouTube first, or where was that? YouTube, Facebook, what was it?
Yeah. I mean, we've been doing prank calls since like probably fifth grade, but when we started getting serious with the prank calls was YouTube, probably circa 2008, 2009.
Man, and it was before things actually really went viral, but they, as viral as they could go in this town, they definitely went.
Yeah. I think the first video got like 14,000 views in 1 week. I mean, it was pretty insane for not having algorithms and things like that.
That's amazing. I'd give anything to get 14,000 views. Jeez.
Hey, we might just do it here. We might just do it.
Never know. Might have to break out that guitar again.
I think we'll leave the talent to you this evening. So, kind of walk us through what happened with all that. You ended up in a little bit of hot water, correct?
Yeah, that's for sure. So, like I said, I've been doing prank calls for most of my life. As a kid, it was just like for fun, and then we started getting kind of serious and filming it, and it really started in 2008. We were at Kevin Winkler's house and kind of sitting around, and we ordered a pizza, and I think we just decided to prank the pizza guy. We were like, well, let's get the camera, at least film it,
Right.
So at the time, Winkler worked at Crane, and he had some fatigues from some camp that he went to, and he had a really nice DSLR camera because he was filming for Crane.
Yeah.
And we set it up, and do you remember, like, if you go to a meat locker, you could get these like frozen patties, like steak and burger. Well, we set those out to where they look like kilos of cocaine. So we put them out on the table, and we had some Ajax or flour or something, and we just like propped open the door so the pizza guy, when he would knock, the door would just open.
This is like a movie set.
Yeah, it was all improv too. Like, we thought about it like five minutes before we got there, and it just it got wild. And the guy, we stormed off chasing the guy. He thought he was going to get killed, and so Papa John's calls us like, we're never delivering to you guys again.
Oh no!
Yeah, but we knew we had something, right? We were like, so we had it on video, and then we're just showing it to everybody, and we're like, we should probably not post this, but it's definitely golden. So from there, we just started, bringing back some of the characters that I had, growing up, working for Hunan Garden, working for Jackson Lee. And, I went to Bar Eve in elementary, so I was around Amish constantly and got to do the voice real well.
Call a timeout. If you could eat the mic.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, I know it's hard to look and talk,
yeah.
so. Yeah, I'll cut that out. It's no big deal. So how did you get the name Jackson Lee and all that? How'd that go?
So, in high school, I washed dishes for Jackson Lee at the restaurant.
Okay.
And, working with him, he was always yelling around in the kitchen, hey, big boy, you fucking get that down. Wash your dishes. And so I would start to imitate him around my friends, and they all knew exactly how he sounded. And so we decided one day we were going to call Jack's Diner. That was one of the restaurants that he owned.
Yeah.
And so I called out there. I was like, hey, who washing dishes right now? And this lady's like, I think it's Terry. Hold on. So she goes and gets this guy and puts him on the phone. I was like, hey, big boy, you going to come work for me? And he goes, you mean at Hunan? And I was like, yeah, my brother no fucking pay you nothing. So he goes, well, when do you want me to work? I was like, you fucking come today. So the kid left his job and came to Hunan, and Jackson Lee's like, what? I don't fucking tell you that coming right there. So probably like a month later, 2 months later, I go into Hunan. I was like, hey, did some guy show up here to work? You fucking cooksuck. I knew it was you. We had instant classics.
Yeah. So what made it all come to a halt? I mean, what made it stop? You're getting 14,000 views in 1 week or whatever, and then it comes to a screeching halt. What's up with it?
Yeah. So basically, we got served. The courts got a hold of it. We prank phone called the wrong person.
Yeah.
And I would prefer to not probably say his name.
No problem.
Man of influence.
Sure.
But in your defense, you could say that name and it would probably apply to about 50 people in the Montgomery area, I mean.
Yeah.
So how does a person like Tom Mabe or somebody like that, like, do it for a living, and they're posting these videos and they're making money by doing it? I mean, I guess there's a follow-up call that says, hey, this is what it was, and will you sign a release? Or
that's a good question. I would say they have lawyers, probably good lawyers, people that are telling them what they can and can't do. In my case, I was a dumb kid.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hilarious though. I mean, it was.
Well, you guys never heard the best ones, because the best ones we knew we would get in trouble, so we never posted them. And this one was kind of on the fence for me personally. I was like, I don't think we should post this one. We were like literally going through the phone book looking at last names like Graber, Yoder, Knepp, looking for Dutch names, because they all have this twang. So I think you're really Amish. And
hey, back when there was phone books,
right? Exactly. And we called the wrong guy, and evidently, because we were looking through the last names, we called some of his family members as well, and I think that's what made the charges sort of stand out and hold up weight in court, so like this was obviously like just for fun. There's zero malicious intent behind this, but when we received our paperwork to like show up to court, the charges were fairly serious, right? Like 2 counts of intimidation, harassment.
Oh my,
yeah, like crazy.
Oh my.
Let me guess, the judge come in with one of these. Think this is all a big joke, don't you, Mr. Matthews?
Actually, it was the opposite.
Or he thought it was bullshit too.
Yeah, well, Dan Murray, bless his heart, I think he was kind of feeling the pressure, and I don't know if it was a state police investigation or exactly what happened.
This is tax dollars.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because Dave Crooks on the radio was like, "Don't you guys have some meth to go after?" So we had a lot of support from the community, which was nice, but it's still scary. You have to get legal representation, and these things are never cheap. But
can I ask who your attorney was?
I'd rather not say. Like I said,
okay,
out of respect, for my job and I'm trying not to get too much into detail, but show up to court, and Dan Murray was just kind of like, really, yeah. So he was like, we're just gonna basically expunge this as long as you don't get in trouble in like the next year or two.
Yeah, like a diversion program. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
so
Dan's a good guy. I like Dan.
Yeah, he was super in this case, but it was pretty wild. It was scary, man. I was just kind of like stepping out into the professional work environment, and here I have like some charges hanging over my head, and they sound scary, right? They sound like some weirdo. Like, like stalking people or something, but it was all in fun, man.
Well, you mentioned one of your friends that helped you do this, and what better of a person to film it than Kevin Winkler?
Yeah.
I mean, look what he's doing now.
Right. Yeah. He went to Full Sail University, which is a amazing film school down in Florida, and they have like 100% job placement there. And he started his own business after he left Crane, and he's doing big things with Blockhouse Studios and IU Assembly Hall and IKEA and Kelly School of Business. I mean, they're literally global, traveling all the time. I mean, he's doing amazing things. So it worked out for him. He continued down the path of videography.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, I think I'm going to retire.
Yeah, you're in the hot seat.
And you were only 19, 20 years old at the time?
Yeah, pretty young.
Yeah.
I remember do livers was a good one.
Yeah, y'all do livers.
We deliver.
The evolution of the characters was the most fun for me. Jackson Lee was obviously he was a big hit on the videos, and we had Ronnie Swanton Tripper.
I like Ronnie.
Ronnie Swanton Tripper. We had some sick pups out there.
We called some people that haven't seen or heard the prank phone calls. We called a pet store here in town which is no longer open.
Yeah.
I
So let's say
tell you the story. The guy tried to get me fired. Right? Did I tell you? Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, dead serious.
They got Parvo.
They're sick pups. We're just gonna bury them out back.
Yeah, we called a pet store and basically said that we were a pet meal, an Amish pet meal, and we were just gonna throw these dogs away if they wanted any. And he's like, "Well, what kind you got?" It was totally like, "Yeah, I'm down."
And what kind did you have?
We had some rat terriers. We have some Boston Terriers, mostly terriers.
But so basically, I think he kind of caught on like, oh shit, these guys are from PETA or something, and so he changed his mind. He didn't want the sick pups.
Oh, that was the best one.
Yeah, that was a good one. And then we called Black Buggy. Tease Laverne.
Hey, what is with all these businesses going out of business after you prank call?
It's some karma for
right? Yeah,
just someone having a good time.
Yeah, we called a school. I'm not going to say which one, but they misspelled the 10 Commandments outside the school. They misspelled the word honor.
Honer.
They spelled it honer. So I call up there in Norman voice, and I said,
can I speak to somebody in charge? And they're like,
well, I'm sorry, he's busy right now. I was like,
well, just wait.
So, all right, we better go get him. I'm not gonna say who that guy was, but he came to the phone. He's like, well, I can't believe it. They misspelled the word. No, he's actually a great guy. I hate that he's such a nice guy, but we gave him a hard time, and then they tried to blame it on the KFC.
The KFC.
Yeah, they're like, I think it was the KFC.
Well, they better get it fixed. I got 2 grandchildren that go to this school, and I raised them strict Catholic.
So let me ask you this: the display that you're talking about was like granite, like almost like a headstone.
Yeah.
Did they fix it?
No, they did not. Still misspelled. I'm not going to tell you where it's at. I think you could put 2 and 2 together.
Oh my gosh. Wow. This has been an easy show so far.
So Norman, that character first started when we were calling like the tanning bed places in town.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were like, well, we want him to be old and grumpy, And so, we called a couple tanning places, and they're like, hello, Tanning Sensations, or whatever the place is called, you know? And I was like,
I got this farmer's tan, and I want to wear some sleeves so I get the rest of my body tan. They're like, well, you could probably do that. Well, could you help me out with it? I got a hot date tonight.
So each of these characters has an evolution,
They do,
and they all have a distinct voice. Did you go any farther with did you go any farther than just the voice?
No, I mean, maybe. I might have, I think we could probably push it back a couple minutes, but I brought something with me here.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get after it.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. It's freaking awesome. Where'd you get that thing at? Oh, I'll ask you when.
All right. So this is a ultra realistic silicone mask. It's made by a company called SPFX. And so basically they're a Hollywood silicone mask company. So they'll make masks for sets on movies. And
look at the stubble, Barry. It's so weird.
It's got
Dude, you could put that on somebody and lay in a casket. They would honestly.
It's real
think-
human hair. It's airbrushed liver spots. I mean, the thing is ridiculously real. Yeah, so I wanted one of these for years, but my wife's like, "You are not buying one of those," you know.
She knew what it would
But
unleash.
now I wear it in bed. I mean, it's nice. No, she hates it. I have to keep it locked up. But I came across this one on eBay, and it was like half the price of what they would build you one for, because they're
what they usually go for.
they're like $2,500.
Oh my lord!
This one here, I think I got it. The guy who was selling it lived in Vincennes, and he worked at the prison there in Terre Haute or Sullivan.
Yeah.
And so I messaged the guy. I was like, "Hey, I'm really interested in the mask, but I want to come see it. And I noticed you live in Vincennes, so
Yeah.
the guy's like, "Yeah, come on over." And the crazy thing about it was the guy was old as shit. So he's old as shit, and he has old man masks. I'm like, "What's going on? Why don't you have a young man mask?" So I started looking at him, and I made him an offer.
Shin hairs are. It's
yeah,
the most vile thing I think I've ever seen.
Super creepy. And you can get this like some sort of adhesive that kind of bonds the silicone to your skin. So like when you move your mouth and your facial features, it kind of moves with the mask. It brings it to life.
That is wild.
But yeah. So I've had a lot of good pranks with the mask.
Does it fit you
You're not
well?
Yeah, it fits fairly well. I mean, it has like a little bit of spots around the ears that are a little wide.
Now I'm legally bound that if we start to get a rash of bank robberies, I'm legally bound to say that you have this mask.
Oh my gosh, here we go. There we go. But I think we're just gonna cut the podcast.
the neck meat.
Yeah,
I've seen
that's
that.
so
It's got
real.
some turkey skin going on.
I've seen that neck.
Well, let me tell you a story, boys.
Holy crap, that's funny, man.
Yeah, really good time. This thing's awesome. I've worn it to the golf course a couple times, and the young kids are like, "Who's this old man?" And I'm just like, they're like 275 down the middle, like, what the hell?
Hustling.
This guy's got game.
You what would you say though was your favorite call that you ever did?
Oh man. So I have a character. His name is Dan Walters. So Dan Walters works for a company called ABI. It's Anal Beads Incorporated.
I call. This is Dan Walters from Anal Beads Incorporated. I just want to call to let you know that we just got in your new bead. It has a new technology from Dembotso in Japan. Basically, the Dembotso. So I would call people and just basically leave messages and say, "Hey, your anal beads came in. You need to come pick them up." And so hopefully somebody listened to the voicemail and it wasn't the person that I left the voicemail for. So yeah, that was probably my favorite character. A lot of positive feedback with him, and then Norman obviously is like a fan favorite.
Yeah.
But Jackson Lee's it's hard to beat Jack too.
I think we could get you a tour.
Yeah.
I think we could get you a tour.
So I have a couple Spanish characters, like in Washington, there's a huge Spanish population, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know how you call it like that, but not like that. I don't know. Jose, Mana Estrella, pinche pendejo, men gringos, güey. Is a carburetor. So when I was in high school, I worked at Orscheln Farm and Home, and there would be like 5 Mexicans that came into the store, and I love Mexicans, by the way.
Oh yeah.
They're awesome. But there would be like between the 5 of them, they spoke like 7 words of English. So they would be like, "Yeah, you know that thing? I don't know how you call it. It's like." They would use whistles to kind of describe what they're talking about, and I understood him. Jose, how do you call it? Carburetor? It's like that, but not like that. It's like that, but not like that. So I would use that voice a lot, call just the people.
So obviously these are somewhat local famous characters.
They are.
Do you have any famous characters that everybody would know across the United States?
No, not really. No,
So you don't do any presidents or anything like
No,
that?
it was most like growing up. I would start imitating teachers like Mr. Stallman. You guys come out here. You don't bring your books. I don't. Yeah, I come in here. You're 8 minutes late. Go to the cafeteria. Just sit in the cafeteria. So it kind of started like that, and Mr. King.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Get out a half clean full sheet of paper.
And so I make my friends laugh with these characters, and there's mostly just people that I knew.
I remember I didn't have him as a teacher, but the first time I saw him, I turned to Allie and I said, "That guy was like Voldemort to me."
Yeah. He's like 8,000 years old. He taught my mom. He taught my mom, and he taught me.
He's he's got a BC birth date.
What did he say? What does he actually say?
I think he's saying okay, but it's
Yeah, okay.
and he used to do this thing where like if somebody had their hand up and instead of saying what do you want, he would do this thing where he'd put his fingers on his head and just say, and that's how you knew he was calling on you. But one day he was so drunk in class that he literally like fell against the filing cabinet, and we were like, "Are you okay, Mr. King?"
Yeah, okay.
Oh, this is good.
But yeah, no celebrities or anything like that. I do some half-ass celebrity impressions, but nothing worth it.
I think it's amazing how you've actually developed these characters. You should have a cartoon or something.
It's funny you say that. That was kind of a dream of mine growing up. I always liked voice acting, and I like bringing characters to life. With good voices and stuff like that. So
well, you better get into it now, because before long they'll just use AI. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're right.
And they'll just take a voice that they like or a voice that they want to use, and they'll just throw it in the AI system, and it'll be there.
Yeah,
with perfection.
They're starting to copyright celebrities' voices and using it, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're taking his voice, and I think what's the Die Hard guy?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Yeah.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. I think they're buying up a lot of his stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. Well, yeah, because he can't. He's lost it. His
that's what I hear. Yeah.
Val Kilmer can't talk anymore. Either, so.
No.
Yeah. No, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you if Jesse Ventura ever goes out of business.
I'm not good at. I'm not as good.
I got to hear this.
I'm not that good at Jesse. But, okay. They brought down 9/11 with thermite paint.
That's good.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's pretty funny.
Hey, tell him you looked something up on Wikipedia, Scott.
Oh, okay. I found it on the Wikipedia. I'm in the Baja.
That's good. That's really good.
I do impressions of like my dad and stuff. Like I do my dad, but I'm about like you at that. No, a lot of people across the world have no idea who he is, but people who know him sit there and about piss themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that back in the day, those videos were so popular, because it's kind of a small community. So everybody knew exactly who you were doing, exactly who you were imitating. And it was spot on. And that's why those videos blew up like overnight. Like you said, 14,000 views in a week, which is amazing.
It was,
there's less than 14,000 people here.
Right.
So
watch a couple times maybe.
I would like to say that I think that really shone a light on how big of a bug some of you people have up your asses, because it was hilarious.
Yes.
And then you end up taking a guy to
hilarious.
court.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah. Well,
who knows what you've ruined?
Yeah. No, I whenever I got the job that I have now, I had to get a clearance, obviously, and they ask me questions about it. You know, I had to kind of defend, even though it's like not on my record. It is, you know, they can see kind of everything.
Yeah.
And so I had to tell this story, and I had like clippings from the front page of the paper where it's like YouTube lands 2 men in hot water, and you know, like, YouTube duo face charges, and you know,
it's always no laughing matter.
Right? Yeah, there was another one that said something like, "This isn't."
You guys should have had like the
Oh,
cheesy
my
back-to-back arms crossed picture.
Right? Yeah. Man. Yeah. So it was
New
scary,
Kids on the Block scene.
Let me tell you something. I'll whip your ass.
You should have did Ronnie Schwarzenegger calling up after the Black Buggy shut down and being upset about it.
Oh, dude, that would have been so good. I'd be like, "Oh, what did yins do with all that Mountain Dew you had back there? Because we drink Mountain Dew, and you guys had the best fountain drink Mountain Dew in town."
Oh, hey, I'll tell you what, the breakfast buffet was unbeatable.
It was. You know, the chicken was good too. The fried chicken and mashed potatoes was really good.
I like the phony girls that were Amish that worked there. They were dressed Amish, but then they'd like bend down to get some, and you'd see a big snake tattoo on their.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or a work release bracelet.
Only God can judge me right here. Actually, the
Thug life.
No regrets.
Oh, those are probably Laverne. Yeah, never mind.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Whatever happened to him?
I have some good off the air stories.
Oh yeah,
I have some good off the air stories.
Love to hear that.
like that one guy that accosts me every time I'm fishing. And you knew the guy's name. I mean, we don't have to say it here, but you knew exactly who.
What was the name of the guy that killed Moby Dick?
Was he Amish?
Is that the guy that accosts you every time you're fishing? It set in. It set in.
Is that a harpoon?
That's the sound it makes when I go swimming.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Oh, shoot.
Dirtbag.
Who's the guy that accosts you every time you go fishing?
I don't remember his name, but I said he looks like Mickey Rooney. And you was like, oh, it's this guy.
He's a regular.
Right now. Yeah. Oh, man. I remember I'd overhear the Amish whenever Singular Wireless had a booth in Walmart when I worked at Walmart. And I'd always hear...
Throwback.
I'd always hear, how are these with dust? And then they'd say, what's the battery life?
What are the batteries?
We got some batteries.
Evidently, it's not against their religion to use batteries.
Right.
They're like they call them batteries.
Uh-huh.
We for some reason these 9-volt batteries are stronger than the 12-volt. I can't figure it out. But we put the stereo system in our buggies, and we'll play 3-6 Mafia, and that sounds good. It sounds real good.
It's new technology.
It's new technology.
I did that once. Yes, it
Once, yeah. You and Tom tighter tops here now. Once. Vice style Numa. Quiet, I'm a towel.
Yeah, David Ray. So when I was a kid on the playground, there was this kid named David Ray Graber. That's the character. It started with this kid.
Sounds like a serial killer.
Oh, dude, he was nuts. He would take pea gravel in his suspenders and shoot people. I'm serious, like a slingshot. Like, and he would always say, he'd be like, "Quit, I'm a towel." So when kids started dishing it back to him, he's like, "Quit, I'm a towel. I'm a towel." And so this other Amish kid, so there's Ronnie Schwarzenegger, David Ray Graber. They all had bowl cuts. It was straight bowl cut.
The Pete Rose. Yeah.
And David Ray Graber would take water and throw it in his hair, and he'd quit putting water in my hair. I'm a towel. Real people. Yeah, but that was the inspiration for Ronnie Schwarzenegger.
Ronnie Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, so my dad worked at Montgomery Grain and Feed, and he delivered feed to the Amish, and he'd take my brother and I with him out there on the
on the road or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'd stop in these little Amish communities, and they're like, "Hi, Kenny, what you doing? You bring the boys with you?" And so
it's the like constant elevation of the entire sentence.
is,
It's the up pitch.
well, they sort of have a weird thing where it drops down. It gets
Yeah.
so high like that.
And then it goes down. It goes down.
And it goes down, and it goes high. Old Ronnie Schwarzentrooper's mom babysat for us for a little bit. Yeah. So I have horror stories of them like chopping chickens' heads off in front of us and then frying the chicken and we ate it,
Now, hey, let me ask you this. I have really, really, really good Amish friends. And I was always interested about the one slice bread sandwich. Have you guys ever seen this? They don't eat 2 slices
Just
of bread.
one
It's
slice,
just one
huh?
slice.
with meat.
Yes.
So I
So
go
it's
to
like it was everything.
face.
Yeah, it was an open face sandwich. Everything was on top one.
Do you want dressing on that? They call everything dressing. They're like, do you want dressing? And I'm like, is honey mustard dressing? Yeah, it's dressing. How about mayonnaise? That's dressing.
Yeah, that's salad dressing.
Yeah, the Dutch pantry. Have you been in there?
Oh,
They
God.
put 2 slices of bread on that.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they're serving,
the
common
English.
folk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the English. That's
Yes.
it. English.
We like that Mountain Dew there. Have you had the hard Mountain Dew? They put alcohol in it.
Yeah.
That's a party.
Yes, it is.
It wakes you up and it gets you drunk.
At the same time.
I'm feeling real good.
I heard an Amish kid was on a date. Yeah, like, I swear, he was on a date and had his girlfriend, I guess, with him at the gas station. He asked her, he said, "What would you like to drink?" And she goes, "I want a Mountain Dew slush." A slush.
Well, that's against my religion. I can't do the slush.
Slush.
There's too much technology into making ice. We like everything room temperature.
Oh my god. Well,
do you have a favorite?
Of the videos
or the people.
Characters, people, videos,
Yeah,
anything?
I mean, yeah, Dan Walters. He's the man.
Yeah.
The anal beads salesman.
ABI
Okay.
Incorporated. He's my favorite because he's just always so happy. He's a salesman.
It's a kind of the way you were doing it was kind of like a Kenny Tarmac kind of
Like
character.
a radio voice.
Yeah.
He's kind of got.
Yeah.
Dan Walters, Anal Beads Incorporated. I just want to call and let you know we have a special deal.
Real hard on the
3 easy payments of $99.99, and you can have a 24 gauge bead to your house in less than 3 weeks. Now, what's special about the bead is it has a built-in thermocouple, so you can download an app on your smartphone and change the temperature of the bead from 13 degrees Celsius up to 200. And with the new oscillating technology, it has an accelerometer that can vibrate up to 10,000 hertz. Ladies and gentlemen, you can use the app to install sound so the thing actually plays your favorite music while you put it in your asshole.
And being as how you're from Indiana, the new model actually shows crop yield.
That was corny. Hey, you stay away from my corn now. I'm gonna tell you. Hey, big boy, I'll fucking kick your ass. I take my corn, I put that in my fufu guy pan.
I think that's going to do us for today. That was the easiest show ever. We might have ruined our show. That was hilarious. Jeez and Pete. Sam, I want to thank you for coming in and sharing your stories and your talent. It was a lot of fun. And Barry, anything?
No. Can we keep going? I mean, you shut it off. We'll just keep sitting here.
Absolutely. Yeah,
We'll just keep sitting here.
How about we end it with me putting on the mask and using Norman voice?
That would be fantastic.
Okay.
Send us out.
Like admonishing podcasting for being a young person's thing. Even though I'm dead. Oh my God. Jesus, dude.
Yeah, this is the thing that you set it on. Kind of holds its mold.
Oh, cool. Because if not, it'll.
Yeah, it's like rubber.
You go over the glasses?
No, I got to take them off. I'm blinds are bad, so I gotta see what I'm doing.
Did Allie show you the picture she found
Huh?
for the thumbnail of the video?
Oh, wow, the robot.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Where'd she find that?
Wait, this one.
This is like some sick metamorphosis.
It'd be great if you could say something about BarrSco Media or the Basement Talks. Sick metamorphosis. What's this character's name again?
Norman. But, oddly, I get older when I put it on.
Yeah.
Norman gets older.
Hey Norman, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I just, I think I tweaked something when I sat down earlier.
Oh yeah, back trouble.
Well, it's a tailbone issue.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do I smell liniment?
Well, my wife was pegging me one afternoon. I kind of threw something out. If I had the glue, it'd stick a little bit.
Are we still talking about the pegging, or are you talking about the meth?
Oh, yeah, both. Anyways, that's going to do it, folks. Thanks for tuning in to BarrSco.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Norman.
Hey, like and subscribe. Hey, comment on this video, please.
Please.
See ya.